Hello and good morning guys, and welcome to this vlog. And in this vlog we are going to discuss about your paper number 20. Yes, business valuation management and strategic performance management, which is in your group 4. And yes guys, this paper is not only of paramount importance in your examination, but otherwise also valuation is one thing which is required by any company, whether it's a deal, it's a mergers and acquisition, it's a asset sale, or whatever is happening in the economy. Valuation is done as a prerequisite for any and every transaction these days. And valuation is required to be done as per various laws of the countries, as per various legislation of the countries. And yes, this is all about valuation. Now, what are we not going to study in your valuation paper? Before I come to that, guys, business valuation management contains 50 marks of your syllabus, and strategic performance management contains 50 marks of your syllabus. Now, as far as the first 50 marks business valuation is concerned, what are we not going to study in business valuation? No, we are not going to study Companies Act or the law, relevant law, whichever is there in the country. We are not going to study Income Tax Act. We are not going to study RBI Act or any other act which is related to valuation, because to tell you frankly, there is no concise or precise law which has been created for valuation. So we are not going to study any kind of law, any kind of standards, any kind of accounting standards or auditing standards in your paper of valuation. Valuation is an independent stream of study, and valuation contains its own methodology, which is not prescribed by any law, but yes, law gives us hint to value our assets in a particular way. So that's about valuation. So what is the ultimate target of valuation? The ultimate target of valuation is to value about anything. And you can value your assets, you can value your goodwill, you can value your investments and whatnot. So valuation is targeted towards valuing your assets and liabilities to the best possible extent. So valuation involves valuing about anything. So as far as economy is concerned or your business is concerned, you would like to value your assets, you would like to value your liabilities. Maybe there are IFRS which are now proposing fair valuation for the assets and liabilities while recording in the accounts books also. No, we are not dealing with accounts at all. We'll not be involved in accounting of assets or accounting statements in any manner, and we'll have an independent accounting methodology. So in this video I am going to touch upon a very basic concept of valuation, and I would like you to think whether valuation is an art or a science. So is it exact like science, like chemistry, like physics, like biology, like mathematics? Is it an exact science or is it an art? Art means you practice it and it's not exact. It depends on person to person. It depends on your creativity, how well you can value a company. It depends on your creativity, how well you can value an asset. It again depends on your creativity. So my question to you would be, is valuation a science or an art? Or maybe something else. You can think of something, some other word which you can define for your valuation. So the answer to this question is not that simple, because many of you would believe that valuation is a science. Sir, just like mathematics, we put some inputs together and we get an output. That's about valuation. That should be about valuation. Your answer is absolutely incorrect, because valuation is not a science. It is an art. It depends on person to person and it develops through practice, because as I've already told you, there is no precise, concise law surrounding valuation. So valuation, there are methods, there are techniques, but how to apply those techniques in a particular circumstance and in a particular area of operation, like your business, like your sector, like your industry in which you are working, that is difficult to apply. And yes, it is not a science, it is an art. Sir, but art is influenced by personal biases. Yes, valuation is also influenced by personal biases. To give you an example, a short story, a hypothetical one. A guy was getting married. When in a typical Indian setup, when the dad of the father of the bride asked the groom, what kind of assets do you have? The groom told the bride's parents that I have this big mansion in a posh colony of say Delhi, and it's very near to the metro station, and it's worth 2 crores. So the bride's dad asked him, why is this property worth 2 crores? And the guy tells him all the fancy facts about that property. It's near the metro station, it is very accessible to the market, the interiors and exteriors are done by fancy interior decorators and architects of India, of Delhi and Mumbai. So it's a fancy house, it's a mansion, and therefore the value of that mansion is 2 crore rupees. Father was impressed, and the bride got, the girl got married to that guy. After few years, they wanted to separate out with each other in a divorce petition. The bride or the girl wanted alimony, and in alimony she wanted half of the value of property of the guy. At that point in time, the guy told the judges, so this property is worth 5 lakh rupees. The girl and girl's parents were surprised because the same guy told them a few years back that this property is worth 2 crores. No, the guy told the judge that this property is not very suitably located as far as residence is concerned. The surrounding area is of student community, and the market is quite far from the place where they stay, and the market is not suitable for buying because it's a remote market which is very expensive, and due to the metro junction just being next to the premises, the entire building wavers sometime, or there's a lot of noise in the building whenever metro passes by, etc, etc, etc. So now what will you say, whether he was telling a lie back then while marrying, or is he lying now? Which is the fact and which is correct and which is incorrect? This was a hypothetical story, but you can take your own example. The moment you buy gold ornaments, your jeweler will highly praise those ornaments and the level of purity which is there in that gold, and the kind of metal and the kind of gems which are used in that jewelry are of very high quality, and he would praise that jewelry in a very subtle manner to sell you that jewelry. But soon as you go back to him after a few years to sell that jewelry back, that piece of jewelry back, he would tell you 10 bad things about the jewelry to bring down the valuation or bring down the price. So isn't it a bias? Bias which is related to a person, bias which is related to a circumstance, bias which is related to a situation. So yes, valuation is all about biases. Bias can be of various types, be it personal, be it professional, be it related to situation, be it related to circumstance. Bias can be anywhere. So valuation is not a precise science, it's an art, or to say specifically, it's a craft which develops over time, and if you practice valuation, then only can you become a pro in valuation, because there are no strict laws which are prescribing the methods of valuation, with the laws which tells us what should be the cost of capital, how should growth be computed, how should risk-free rate of return be computed. These are the basic inputs which we are going to use in our valuation classes. And yes, this was the basics of valuation. I'll be coming up with more such videos on valuation, on business valuation management, and of course strategic performance management. And yes, one final thing, the videos of BVM and SPM have been released. I have already launched 6 lectures out of the session of 60 to 70 hours of lectures. I've already launched 6 of them. Please start having a look at them and start preparing for your December 2019 examination, because we are already sitting in end of July, and August, September, October, November, that's it, 4 months are left. So yes, for this particular subject, I can assure you that this subject can fetch you more than 70 marks in this subject, and it can be pivotal for you to get an exemption to clear your both the groups, or set off against the difficult subjects of this particular group. This subject can prove to be really pivotal for your success. So for more such videos, keep looking at the channel, and please have a look. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get the notifications. And yes, we'll study evaluation not theoretically but very very practically, and the way you can apply evaluation in your life. So those of you who are really interested in pursuing career in corporate finance, private equity or investment banking, valuation is the subject for you. With this positive note, all the very best and happy studying.